public and justice is that those folks now will be required to be word for word, their testimony will be recorded. And imagine how intimidating, how frightening that process may be and would be. And we wonder how many will be dissuaded from even cooperating. Would you? How many times does a child have to tell their story and be subjected to a word-for-word recordation of that process? Well, that's one of our concerns. There's other concerns. There's concerns with cost. There's concerns with how it impacts grand jurors. But the focus today is on victim and victim impact. The good news is we understand this national movement and national discussion of grand jury and openness. And although the grand jury process is designed primarily to assure that there's sufficient evidence to charge an accused with a crime, nonetheless, there's talk and there's concern. And as prosecutors, we're very concerned that the public here in Oregon continue to have confidence in our justice system and willing to make adjustments and to do what we need to do to make sure the public is comfortable with the justice system as it exists. And so the good news is in a vast majority of states, there's a process for recordation and a testimony, evidentiary rules, if you will, for the testimony that's received before the grand jury. We've modeled our proposal to accommodate those states to resemble the statutes in the state of California, where they have grand jury recordation and where they have an evidentiary system that protects victims. And the very things that I've talked about, the very concerns we have that allows exceptions, hearsay exceptions in those processes. The federal system, every state, 50 states, uses that same process. And so the good news is there's models in place where if recordation is worth the cost and if it's the will of the legislature, there's a systems in place that are tried and true where we can go that route and we can, in some fashion, protect victims from the trauma, the re-victimization of recordation in the grand jury.